And good evening. Mm-mm-mm. Welcome to What's Going On. My name is DiCarlo Sweeting, and my legal advisor for the day is Mr.
George Misick.
Yes, sir. How are you, Mr. Mister? How are you today?
Boy, someone said it's the best day of my life. Still, yeah.
I like that one. I like that one.
Boy, can't complain now. Despite all the foolishness going on around, boy, in the game, boy.
Boy, we got
So,
some things going on in this world right now, boy. I know what to say.
I
This.
know. Yeah, they say the best of times and the worst of times. Like, some, it's always somebody out of something say, boy, just get good for me. Now, all this war in Iraq and all this foolishness.
What?
Iran. Oh, boy.
When it rains on some people, it's shining on the next.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know. I mean, it might just be coincidence, but boy, this year just seeing to be all kinds of things just going wrong. I mean, it start off with certain things happening, and it just keep getting worse from then. I don't know. Got some people like to take credit when good things happen, but you got to take the good with the bad, man.
Yeah, you ain't like that.
So,
Boy. Anyway,
hey,
let's find out what's going on in the news. All right, I usually like to start off with some good news. So I'm going to give you this good news. Hubert Alexander Menace says he's running in Kalani.
so,
No
so why
applause, no nothing, no,
why
no.
you usually start off with good news and that's and what happened today?
He reiterated in the House of Parliament, in case anyone else didn't catch the first time he said it, that
uh-huh.
he is running for the constituency of Kalani. Now, the big question is, who you running with? Who, what? Because, as far as I know, the F&M didn't say, big man, we looking on
Yep,
to younger and greener pasture. We
yep.
moving on. They want him in more of a mentor, more of a senior role to
Right, right,
advisory
right,
role. So
right.
I'm trying to figure out why he had to say this again in the House of Assembly. If he's sending a statement out to everybody that, hey, look out for me, I can win this seat. Now, I know Minnis been in this seat for a little while now, and the Constituency Association for Kalani still wanted him. So it's like I want to say the F&M leadership. Yeah, that's what I'll say. The F&M leadership don't really care too much for Minnis right now. They moving on. But once again, the F&M leadership ain't put nobody in place yet to say who running this, who doing that, or whatever. And this what is getting me mad. And that's why ministers always get up on them because he ain't had to say that again in the house. But since y'all ain't want to say who y'all running in this constituency, he'll say it again. I'll run in this constituency. So
Hey,
therefore, if anything happened today or tomorrow, far as I know, Menace is the candidate for the F&M in the constituency of Kalani. So
yep.
I don't know what Pentad doing, but Pentad need to do it fast and stop playing around because these people playing them, they got him for low fence, Judge. They ain't checking for him. They doing what they want to do. So
But
what say ye?
yeah, but for some reason, it seems like everything the F&M is doing is slow. I don't know if Pindar has a reputation, but it just looked like they a little behind the eight ball. And like you said, minutes to jump out and say I'm running because the last several weeks you had a lot of people on PLP and different people saying I'm not running anymore and whatnot. So maybe it's just minutes say, hey, someone stick a camera in his face and say, no, I'm running. I have no plans to retire, right? And I started to think about this, right? And we
Uh-huh.
we know what the FNM position seemed to be. We've heard, and I think Pindar confirmed they don't want him to run like you said they want him. They want him out the way. They don't
Yep.
want him there, right?
Yep.
So let's do window dress and all this. We want you. Oh, you're very seniorly and all these, right? If you had that much respect and whatever for me, you give me what I want,
Yep.
right? You ain't tell me we're gonna sideline you. At a certain age, a man know what is in his what he wants, right? So might be best for me, but that's what I want. All right, leave him. The man who served his part in the party. He led us into victory. And it's not easy. Not everybody leads a party to victory. There are plenty of leaders that never won an election. You could say they were going up against Penland or whatever at the time, but hey, it is what you have to go against the opponent in front of you.
Yep.
And Menes did that, and he won won the election at a big landslide victory for the FNM. He had some turbulent times. He may not have had the best. He might not have panned out as the greatest prime minister that we had. Right? But uh, in all fairness to him, I've never really heard people criticize him as a member of parliament. As apparently he has a really good reputation in Kalani. People, the constituency love him. Menes is a very educated man. He has his own money. Some, he had them broke politicians. So he has check off all those boxes, and I think out to Jonkanu and fish fry, Menes look like he's good company, right? Now, like I said, it did not translate into his leadership. I don't think he has the credentials to show that I have a good track record of leading a team of people, a government. But to say that because of, and it really boils down, it seems, even to when he challenged Pintard for the leadership of the party, right?
Uh-huh.
Because even before then, it didn't seem as if they would try to stop him, prevent him from running again, if he wanted the seat. But it seemed like all bets were off when he went ahead and he challenged him and lost. That they're like, okay, we don't want you, we won't play ball with you at all. We don't want you around. And I think that's, I don't know what the FNM Constitution says, but I think if you are a party that has been around for that long, you should have clear guidelines, rules, and regulations as to who can and should run, or if it's a voting thing, because okay, let him, don't just come on and say he can't run. Let him go ahead, like I think Brave those did with Obi, the late Obi, and all of those. He had his preference. I don't want all these old boys running, but hey, if you win, the people want you bad enough, or the people want you, go ahead.
Yep.
Because when I thought about it, my thing is, if the Pindados could tell someone like Menes, who's been in the party that long, who's been with Ingram, who's been in a minister to the, and led you to leadership, if they can tell that person you can't run for this party, that's not. I was just thinking, what about the little man who just trying to get into politics, or who, right? Like who don't have no clout, and I just don't like you. Is this something where the leader is able to just pick who he wants, his boys or whoever? He has people around him. That seems to be very undemocratic. Because like I said, other than I could see him saying, okay, if Menace win, and we formed the government, I wouldn't put him in my cabinet. I mean, that's petty too, but the prime minister has that power to say that. But I don't think you should have, as a party leader, the ability to tell a former prime minister, "Yo, you can't contest for your seat. You can't run." He's never lost this seat, as far as I know. He, wins with respectable margin. He's one of the only ones that came out of. So he still has that level of. So good chances he would probably win again. You can't even say that his popularity is so low that you think, okay, no chance of him winning the seat. You just pull the rug from under this man. It's embarrassing because, again, if you were going to come to that decision, that has to be done, in my opinion, behind closed doors. If at the end of the day you all walk away and you give him a sweetheart deal, we can send you off to Dubai or something for 5 years. Right? You make it cushy. You get rid of people in a dignified way, right? The Bible say Joseph wanted to put away Mary privately, secret, respectively, right? That's how you have to treat your former leaders. But you can't have this big public. That's a bad sign going into election. It looked bad on the leader to be, because it looked like a lot of pettiness going on. And Menace has a lot of Menace still has a lot of followers. He still seems to have command a good respect
But
within the party.
I can have to interrupt you now. You have to realize, as of today, this man Hubert Alexander Menace will go down in history as the worst Bahamian prime minister ever.
That's
He
that's
has,
fine.
he has a stain on him right now that the Bahamian people, the
Yeah,
majority of the Bahamian people, cannot stand this man. This man has put us through the work. When you hear that announcement go on and you hear my fellow Bahamians, everybody just because they know the foolishness this man has done under his reign as prime minister,
yeah.
and they don't want nothing to do with it. They don't want nothing to do. They don't. Hey, nothing.
Mm.
Nothing means nothing. Now, the people in Kalani, fine if they want him. I guess you got. But you know, and I know, he can come there to be a thorn in that man's side. No matter what, hook or crook, he ain't interested in that man. He still thinks he. See, this the scary part, but Menace. And this the only part. This the only reason I wouldn't run Menace is Menace still think he could be prime minister again. That's
Yeah.
that's
Well,
that's my
but
problem with him.
but it ain't nothing wrong with thinking that. And again, I think again, as a leader, they say you got to keep your enemy close. Sometimes you know you're not gonna keep him close enough to stick a knife in your back, right? But you you with politics, you play every parliament. I think every parliament around the world, you have a menace in there, right? You have someone there trying to take you out, trying to work in again, right? But some of them are very popular. Some of them are very necessary. You need to know how to play the pieces you have. You need to know how to isolate them. You know how to need to send them overseas, like I say. You need to, right? But sometimes you need to find a way to keep them because getting rid of them, especially how you get rid of them, is cutting off your nose to spite your face. And I think this is one of those situations that will literally backfire on the FNM because like you said, you say he's the worst one ever. We ain't had that much. What, five? This we on the fifth prime minister. So we had a whole lot of them, and yeah, a couple of them were pretty good, right? So you really only comparing him to Perry right now. And Perry had two terms, but Perry was likable, right? Brave just this is his first term. At the end of this term, you could compare him with Brave, and right, but yeah, he might still come in last, but he to his defense or credit, he will always say, "Oh, I had COVID. I had a bad
Uh
hurricane.
uh uh
I
uh.
had COVID," right?
The the
Hey,
the Motley lady down south, she even grew in more popularity after this COVID thing. There are certain things I mean, come on, man. George, you had to be in here to understand this foolishness. The man was sending us to the grocery store in alphabetical order. And my last name is Sweeten. I don't know why you think I won't be. And I say this because in the Bahamas, other than Pinder, all the majority of the last names are the names that begin with R, S, T, and W. So all of us, the majority of us, going to the food store at the same time. You know, to go to the food store with the Rolls, the Thompsons, the Williams, all of these people there. The Smiths. You know how much people that is. Come on, you ain't think that true. You ain't think that true.
hey,
Uh-uh.
hey, the man was a doctor. The man was a gynecologist. He didn't have all the social skills probably equip him for the job. But like I said, he probably meant it. His
Oh,
some
here
people
we
just
go
don't
now.
have.
The
Some
road to
people
hell
just
paved with
don't
good intentions. Let me hear this now. Fix it now. Let me hear this. Fix it
have.
there.
the, the man, the man just didn't have what it took to get over. COVID was a serious time. Only the strongest survive, and some with a bit of luck, right? Like it was a touch and go. Mind you, that ain't the only thing he did wrong. We had the hurricane, all them people. I mean, there's a long laundry list. I can't really rehabilitate him on the show. They ain't long enough.
I try to figure out
All
why you
I'm
try
saying,
it.
all I'm saying is, as an MP, we have to look. I don't have a problem, like I said, if you fix the rules and you stick by the rules, you could point to rule 2.2, you gotta go, you're the former leader, whatever, boom, boom, boom. But if you can't point to me to no rules, and it just look like you picking on this man, right? You getting you're being petty, you're being thing, and like I said, for someone who led you into leadership, yeah, we might not run you as a leader again, or we might not whatever, but to say that you can't even sit in the seat, that you have no contribution to make to this honorable house, what consultation they can take from him? We don't want you around us.
George, parliamentary rules. When you go, first of all, he called early election and he lose. When
Yeah.
you do that as a prime minister, you have to be gone. We don't even need to know anywhere where we have this parliamentary system. He would have been gone, and we would never see him again.
And he
So
was
when
gone.
it comes to the
He was
rules,
gone as leader. No, listen, that just happened in the UK the other day. Richie Sunak won. Well, he didn't even win the election. Sorry, that was the word. He got appointed because they get rid of the other conservative leader, and they had an internal election. They put him as leader, and he became prime minister. And he got a general election, and he lost.
uh-huh.
Right, but he's still inside the house. He's still making contributions. He's not prime. Perhaps he didn't be wasn't there that long, but the way I see it, I thought it was very fitting for people like Ingram, even Christie and Pinlin after they lost to not come and sit in the house, because again, Pinlin had already been prime minister for 25 years. Ain't nobody know him but nothing else other than the leader, the father of the nation and all. It just wasn't a good demotion to go down from there, right? Ingram the same way. Ingram being brought the Bahamas through sometimes was historic win, beat Pinlin, the Turagan, and Christie. People just like Christie had a little shuffle. He couldn't lead. I mean, he had some leadership challenges. He couldn't fire people. He had some soft spots that people pick him apart. But Christie was, for the most part, Christie is a very likable dude. People like him. He did a solid job. So yeah, but in Minna's case, Minna's never reached the pinnacle of saying someone that people are so revered of in Parliament that him being there will be a distraction, or even now, it's like he even in there, right? Those type of people are commanded certain presence, and they, because of the level that they achieve and done. Now, if you're saying Minna's was so lousy, he didn't achieve much, he didn't whatever, it's not going to be no one really checking. It's not the same as with those other people. So I could see him coming back in the background. He seems to make coherent. He could handle himself, right? He could make arguments. Minutes they say he comes very prepared to the house. You don't have a lot of that, unfortunately nowadays. And if the F&M is coming, they come in with a lot of new people again, which is good, but you always want to put a little small mixture of some of the old in with the new, so that they know, right? They're not intimidated by the other side. They know when to get up. You can help shadow those people.
You finish? Like I
You
said,
don't want to do this. Yeah.
I would not have a problem with running Menace again if he give up this leadership talk. If he give up all of that talk, I'll let you ride your years out in Kalani
Yeah.
and everything fine. But you ain't gonna be coming up here trying to undermine me, backstab me, and try and do all you could do to get back the leadership so you could try to go prove yourself. You didn't prove yourself. You didn't had your chance at bat. You strike out.
Nobody want minutes. I don't think they want Pentad either, but a lot of them. But I don't
Right
think they
now,
want.
I'll deal with Pentad more than I deal with Menace. That's just me. But let's take a break and we'll be right back.
You asked and I delivered. Island Ish is back. The podcast you guys have known to love, to like to call in, to like to interact with. We are officially back. For the ones that don't know me, this is your girl Yams. Hearing me on Mix 102.1 FM or your favorite TGF_Yams. With the two S's, we're back with Islanish right here on Superior Talk. So make sure you're following the page. We're going live this Thursday, 6 p.m. Don't miss it. Follow us. It's about to get lit.
And we're back. I am very interested in hearing what you got to say, but these people, Israel gone bomb Iran.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on. People in Iran chilling, having a good day, watching Trump parade, and Place just started getting bombed. What is going on with these Israelis, man? What? They, you ever see the little dogs them with his be on your porch just making a and
Yeah.
they know you know one come in the yard because they got that big pit bull in the back there. And he ain't pit bull ain't saying nothing, just chilling, he ain't doing but that little one just oh what wrong? Stop making noise, stop bothering people, you know what checking for you.
Hmm.
They always got a problem. What going on with these people? Maybe you can make some sense of it. Tell me what's going on with these people.
Boy, this I don't know. These things been going on before us, and sadly we're gonna leave it going on. Um, like someone say, and Israel keep pulling the U.S. into these
I,
wars. Um, I don't know what it is. And it gets so bad in America, like you say, with Trump, them you can't say nothing but the Jews. You can't, right? They're kicking people out of school. I mean, the money and stuff so deep. And this relationship, but I don't know. This ain't a good feeling because one, America's popularity is at an all time low. I think on an international stage. So the fact that they backing anybody, I think some people aren't. Even people who would generally probably go with America or side.
yep,
Because America go right. I think some of them people just sit back and with they popcorn and like, but y'all on y'all own with this one. Y'all keep fooling around them people and like they said, Iran is a dangerous
yep,
state. Iran could cause plenty problems for them. They already tell them, hey, we close to all your little embassies, and we could hit any one of them. We could touch them, right? Iran has the ability to do some damage. America fly in there, like you said, them fellas them could shoot down them planes from their truck. Like it's not an easy thing. They have a lot of oil power. They can shut
yep,
down the pipe, right? And then they have all those Arab states, I think, behind them who don't like Israel either, right?
hmm
And you got Russia in the mix, so you got
yep.
China backing them. So yes, I mean, it's like how you get bait. You can't get baited into this war because this like right now, Trump done trying to pump piss off everyone with all these tariffs and everything, right? So I don't think the conditions right. I don't think we got the right president right now to really. That's the one who say he's going to end all these wars, and
You,
they
you
want to.
starting more wars.
The war is just popping up, like from, from, from you come with a trade war. The only thing I heard in that was war,
Yep,
because my thing is, you could fight over a war is a war. Like you use that bomb. So it doesn't have to be this type of war that we escalating where you physically bombing, but I think um, we're in a very precarious position right now. And I think if America can really get back to diplomacy, good diplomacy, right? All this bullying and foolishness what's going on right now, people adopting that attitude, like, well, screw you. We're not bowing to y'all. We tired of this. We ain't dealing with this bullying. Like, yeah, we might lose the war, but we're gonna inflict some serious pain.
yeah.
And then
We
people,
fight
like you
back.
say, and
hmm
them Arabs, them Iranians, they like you say, they used to die in an Allah name. They believe in their
Oh
virgins and
yeah,
stuff. And so you in the right church, but the wrong pew with this. Netanyahu, like you say, always picking trouble. they they think they little shield, a dome, and whatever thing. But boy, I don't know.
So,
It's
question: do you think this could start World War III?
boy, nobody like this to say them bad words, but
You
I
you
mean,
just
if
call
you look
out
at
some big names just now, some big countries you just call
yeah,
off.
but I mean, the thing is, like, with everything else since Trump came on, everything is so unpredictable. Things that you never really thought it would get to that because you had Mr. Smooth Obama, you had Joe Biden with a little dementia. Ain't going too far. Kamala was going over there, laugh, giggle up, and right. So they ain't really. But you have Trump now, who testosterone at an all-time high. He got something to prove, but his military might the empty parade he had the other day. Um, and so there's a lot of testosterone in the room. There's a lot of bad things. it's like hurricane season when they say the water is really warm. Like let's make for bad conditions.
Yep.
This right now is a bad time for this type of war to be starting because, like you say, China them hot. They take off. Putin, who's supposed to be Trump's friend, they on side. They piss off because America keep fooling around, wouldn't let them take over Ukraine. So right now, I don't know. You don't know who would throw rock at you. You don't know. America had a lot of allies, and one thing we find out from that trade wars again is a lot of people who are allies. Even Canada saying, "Hey, the relationship is over." How closer could you be than Canada, right? So, who is going to side with you? Where you going to set up your little base, and who who has the appetite to get in these type of wars? And like you say, so much people now have nuclear weapons, and so this is where you call for calm heads. Always when we get to these heightened tensions of war, it that's where good negotiation, good diplomacy comes in, because that's when fellas them get up and say, "Listen, it make no sense. Everybody kill each other." you know,
But how good is Lil Marco to go in and deal with these situations?
Marco Rubio. The problem with the Republicans, these fellas take Trump out of the picture. 4 or 5 years ago, when Marco Rubio was running for president, right? These people you look at are sensible, right? Like these people, they have the skills, but it's just like everybody are just adopt this stance. Like this the posture we have, this the attitude we have. We talk about the people, we insult people, and everyone just start doing that. Like, oh, man, this must be what people like. They vote for this man, so let me go tell you how you fat and out of shape, and let me go into to your, you know, and I don't think this is the time that calls for that type. You can't do those foolishness right now. You need to lotion a little bit. You need to say, hey, boss, hey, let's sit down. Let's have a call. Let's. What Biden used to say, let's lower the temperature, right? This a lowering the temperature time, and I don't know, because Trump, Trump say he ain't start the war. Trump, you listen to Trump talk. Trump say, I don't know. I don't think they should. I don't think they should bomb. I don't think they should go in. But maybe if they go in, it's a good thing. I don't know. Like, so he all over, very non-committal, all over the place. You don't know which side of the fence he on. And like they said, every time Iran in the past, Israel tried to bomb Iran or whatever, the U.S. president would say, "Hey, no, can't do that. We don't, we can't give you our blessing." So I don't know what happened this time. Now the man say he didn't do anything, but it happened under him, right? They say every other time they would not go. And if you listen to Trump very carefully when he gives these breaths, he's very non-committal. Like this, because again, it's almost like a few good men. Like you want to take credit for this, but
Yeah, you know this ain't a good
yeah,
thing. This.
yeah, because what the man say, if few good men, I know you remember the movie. You say the guy was in grave danger, but you just said if you say no one to touch to do it, ain't nobody would go against your order, right? So that's like Trump now. If you're so big and bad, and then now like you say, they can't act without you. They're not going
Right.
and unilaterally just America and run like that. Without calling you up and saying, hey, we can bomb on boy them. We tired of this now. Now you turn around and say, boy, I ain't see nothing.
But the thing is, I was laughing at what Neptune now you whatever you need. Um,
Yeah,
he come making a press announcement, but we had to do this, and America understands, and they're here to back us up, America. I can imagine America with they mouth open. Huh? What? We even ain't know nothing about this. But they done drag you in it. Now you got to make up your mind. Either you got to deal with the rest of the world, or you got to deal with Israel. And I think
yeah,
it's best you need to go put Israel over your lap, give them a little spanking, and tell them go in your little corner and don't do this no more.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
how I look at it.
yeah. Because like I said, they concerned about Iran getting nuclear weapons and everything. But you say you all have nuclear
Yeah,
weapons. why
but
why why I
yes,
can't
yes,
have my
yes,
nuclear
no
weapon,
rules.
right? Yeah, y'all bombing me. We sitting down telling y'all didn't bomb the hell out of us. Like that's exactly why we won't get our nuclear weapons.
They don't have Israel has no rules. They do what they want to do when they want to do. They want to come look at the things they do. Hey, leave me alone. Hey, US, they bothering me. This how they be carrying on and like, no man, y'all need to cut up and y'all need to get sent to bed. But anyway, they ain't
Oh
say nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing. All I can do is pray for the best, cause boy, fuel don't need to go up no more. Cause you know the minute someone say something, but
that's it.
fuel
In the
and
middle, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, you might as well brace for it.
this why I had to get solar, George. I can't deal with this. I
Oh, you
can't.
can't. Yeah.
Anyway, let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jason.
And I'm Cheryl. Join us here on Superior Talk Bahamas YouTube channel every Tuesday at 6 for Let's Talk.
Where we talk about issues that matter to you. We try to come up with workable, practical solutions so we have more action and less talk.
See you on Tuesday.
And we're back. NBA playoffs, George. Getting hot.
OKC, OKC.
They're getting hot, George. They're getting hot.
Getting hot, getting over.
No, 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 no. Mm-mm.
Get, getting hot. I
I I
think
am I can be like Chuck Barkley right now, Charles Barkley right now. Game 6, I guarantee Indiana Pacers will win that game. Now I
yeah.
know you gonna want to talk about Halliburton ain't scored no point. I gotta admit to you that's ridiculous. There's no way. For one, use the point guard. You got the ball all the time.
Boy, I tell you.
You, if anyone should score, is you. How in God's green did that happen? I don't know, but I know he will make up for that because you gotta realize now when he go
Yeah.
to the Olympics, they hardly play him.
Yep.
When he get back home, they had this poll and the players them say who's the most overrated. It was Halliburton. So now, other than making the championship, you now have to do and prove to the world and the NBA that you worthy of this. So I know after laying a duck egg in game 5, game 6 he has no choice. I
You
look
think
at
this
him, he
Steph
take the
Curry?
first 10 shots, don't even look at nobody. Just go straight to the basket.
You think this Steph Curry? That is not Halliburton's game.
It don't matter.
Halliburton Halliburton is a Jason Kidd triple. He is a lesser Jason Kidd, right? Because Jason got at least just get his triple double all the time, right? Halliburton can get you close. He can't do that. He can have good point spots, good games, but he is not that. He's not Michael Jordan. He ain't Steph Curry. He he is not what y'all want him to be. He's a good piece to a puzzle, and if he got enough pieces around him, I think he can make the engine run. Siakam was a good addition to the team. He had some bigs, he had some supporting cast. He is a good piece in that cog, but he is not that player. He's not that LeBron left back or Wade who was going to take over a game in the playoffs and you say, carry us into, ride us into the, right? He's not even Shea Gilders Alexander because that's what OKC could rely. That's the fallback position they got. SGA, he had a bad game tonight, but you know next game he could come out and he could drop 40, 35, 40 on you. You
It,
ain't nobody looking for Halliburton to come drop 35,
it's
40
so
on you.
funny with OKC. I could always tell when SGA ain't in the game. Indiana started catching them. I could always tell. I
Because
told him, wait,
the
you
dude could get you a basket anytime he wants. Basically, I mean, he's a walk in, a mid range. He could cross up. Right? He's gonna do something. But I don't see. We like Halliburton. He had some very heroic big shots. But if you think about it, some of them games he was quiet as hell before them big shots. Right? So it ain't like he was carrying the whole game or like LeBron. Like I say, the fourth quarter. Okay, I gonna take over a game. And right now, the worst thing happened for them. Why I say this ride is over. I'm just looking at it. Report Halliburton fair to have suffered calf strain will undergo MRI. If that MRI come back, if he is what I think he will play, come hook or crook unless the leg broke or he really shame he don't want. he really know what's coming down the pipeline. I think he will play either way. But if a good Halliburton, you can't count on to give you 35.
But
When you need it, you will need it unless
watch
you have a free game.
watch those games, George. It's a little point guard they got there named McConnell.
Yeah,
When he comes on the court, he changes the whole momentum of the game.
yeah.
He is pressed fast forward, and that's the speed he's going. So I don't know if Halliburton not playing is a bad thing, and you shouldn't say this, but you're one of your best players. But hey, it's a look that OKC hasn't seen for full 4 quarters, and that alone might change up things that makes OKC. Hey, what this boy do? Hold on, time out. We ain't got no play. We didn't look at no play, defensive play for this fella. McConnell is a problem. Just how
But
I
that's
tell
the,
you,
but
Siakam is
that's the
a
problem
problem.
now. If they know Halliburton off, then they could they could plan for this problem, right? Because right now, like you say, he can do his foolishness because no one was checking for him in those games. We were worried about Halliburton who hit those two big game winners and different. All we got to do is stop McConnell. If that's what you put in your future on,
Y'all can't stop McConnell.
dog, eat your lunch. Okay, think it can't stop McConnell.
Can't
They
stop
can't
McConnell.
stop McConnell and Neesmith and they all and
They
Turner and Siakam and Halliburton
the
and
pro,
McConnell. But
the problem with Siakam is Indy love the 3 pointer. Every time they go back, well, every team I should say love it, but just like how SGA have that mid-range jumper, and he don't change that for bread. You know what he ain't gonna do. I don't care what nope. I didn't watch this fella consecutively now for the past 2 playoff series. You know what he ain't gonna do. He ain't
yep,
go halfway to the free throw line, step back,
yep.
shoot. And there ain't nothing you could do but it. I don't know why. You know he ain't going straight in for the layup. I care what you say. He ain't going straight in. That ain't him. So therefore, ain't no use worrying about that. But like I said, Indy is go away from Siakam for what reason? I don't know. They don't have nobody. The fellas they have big enough, too slow. The fellas they have fast enough, too small. Siakam could own them. Go down in the post, throw the ball. We got this. Ain't nothing they can do. And if they double up, then believe it or not, Miles Turner can hit the tree, and everybody else can hit the tree. Whoever you leave, open up the game for them. They got to do it like how we used to do with Shaq in Orlando. Throw the ball down low, even with Dwight Howard. Carry the ball down low, put your people on the perimeter, and either you let Shaq or Dwight Howard kill you, or we can kill you with the trees.
This
Simple as
this
that.
sound this sound good. I know you would like to see this happen. And but there's some big things you're not factoring in this. This is
And what's
Indiana.
that? What's that? I'm not
This
fine.
is this is the Indiana Pacers. This ain't these dudes ain't proved nothing to know, but they proved they had a Cinderella year. They had a good year. Remember, OKC, they haven't almost a year OKC had until they fizzle out in right when they met some adversity last the finals when they in the East the Western Conference Finals, right? Now they said got to the championship, but remember, this is Indiana is in unfamiliar territory. OKC too, because this team hasn't
Oh,
been there. But
okay.
what I'm saying is they're a bit more experience. I think they have more talent, right? More experience. I think they have a little bit more experience
I think they got no more experience.
than
They more
Indiana.
talented.
So listen, I think Indiana now that they've now fallen behind three, they have to win a do or die game on their court in the championship. I think the lights will be too bright for them. I
Nope.
think I think Shea Gildress on the back of his MVP could taste this. I think that
He
Jalen Williams boy,
ain't got it.
the game he put in last, I think he's gonna have a repeat big game. If you see him hit over 25, 30, both him and Shea hit that type next game, this one over. I think they smell the blood. I think Indiana again, if Halliburton, who is their floor general, is the slightest injured, they're gonna top themselves, boy, yeah, we had a good year. Next year is our year. Right?
S
And it,
SGA don't have the killer instinct. He
this
don't
will be a
have the.
blowout.
He don't smell the blood in the water.
He never been here.
Well, and that's why he ain't gonna do it. That's my
Oh,
point
okay.
exactly. That's why he
Okay.
ain't gonna do it. This can come down to a game 7 and let the best team win.
You know how you win MVP? By being consistent.
Yes,
Con- the most consistently good player this year was SGA,
but
right?
this ain't
So
about consistency.
all he has to do, he don't even have
Nope,
to be great. All he
nope,
has to do is be
nope,
consistent.
nope.
Okay,
He got
all
to
he
get
has
it
to do
to
is
the
be
next
consistent.
level.
No,
He got to
because he
go with
playing
a
Indiana.
killer instinct and say,
If
guess
he was
what?
playing
I
if he
got
was
it.
playing a
Nope,
championship team,
nope. He can't give that same performance and expect
okay.
them to win. Nope, not going back to Indiana.
No,
People
but
going
follow.
home, Indiana fellas, them going home, getting at home cooking, they can play better. He has to go
So
above and beyond right now because there's no way you could come with your same 35 points. You need a
why not?
50-point game. He need a 50
Who you get 35 from Indiana tomorrow?
he
Or
need
whenever?
a 50-point game to win
No,
this.
no,
Yes,
not
sir.
to be disrespectful to him.
Yes, sir.
Not to be this.
Yes.
He needed 25 to 30
Nope.
points and
No, sir. Nope.
30
Uh-uh.
points and not over.
Nope.
Yeah,
In the first game, he get 30 something points and they lose.
that's
What
all right.
you
By a
talking about?
miracle shot, by a
Yeah,
comeback line.
whatever.
These
Hey,
fellas don't.
all I know is they lose. And that's what
They
got
was
them in this
playing.
situation
They
right
was
now.
playing fast and free. Then they were not in an elimination game in front of your fans, in front of Reggie Lewis, right?
Nope.
You know when your boy do that choke sign, you can see this choke tomorrow.
No
They,
way.
funny,
You know,
they
and
will
this what
surprise the hell out of me. They will. I will say this: if they win tomorrow, I will tip my hat. That will win. They trust me. I would almost think they're gonna win because if they could pull this off tomorrow, because I right now I think the everything is the conditions are right for OKC to end this in Game 6. They don't want us to go 7 games with this type of team with a scrappy and get lucky in the fourth quarter. But
yeah.
no, I ain't trying to do that with them. No, foolishness might happen. So we going to end this in Game 6. Indiana will not have the
And
strength.
and that's why I
They
try
will
to
if
tell
they
you
win.
they don't
Okay.
have it. They don't have the killer instinct. SGA don't have the killer instinct. He's gonna do what he
What
usually do, give you
what
between 25 and 35 points, and until he learn to carry that to
oh
45, 50 points,
no, that's
to
listen, that's
stop
sad.
these fellas, to put their foot on these fellas' throat, until he learn the killer instinct, it ain't gonna happen. No sir.
That's sad. That's sad you would say that by
Okay,
the
then.
MVP.
It's sad, but
The
it's true.
man.
MVP, what else
What
supposed to
what
mean?
what's what SGA will do tomorrow? That because you know the killer instinct is when he have a bad game and he come out and he show you like when they lost game 1, game 2, okay, right? Watch how he bounce back. So you will see the killer game. I mean, I don't think they need. I think by the fourth quarter, halfway through the fourth, he'll be on the bench sitting down. They be popping
Nope.
the champagne. Prime. Yeah, yeah. This one
No
isn't
sir.
gonna be. This game won't be close.
Far from it.
They're gonna win by at least by double digits. You heard it here first. I ain't guarantee, but you heard it here.
I didn't
This
tell
one
you.
over.
I didn't guarantee Indiana gonna win. I ain't hurt my
Over
head.
and six.
Brother. That one's a wrap.
Over.
I'm
I
moving.
gave Indy 2 games in the series, So
I'm moving
they
on to game 7 right now. I didn't finish
and
with that.
Indiana does not have a game 7 team for
That's all
insurance.
right. They'll be there though.
Y'all wanted it to be, but again, take out that lucky thing. We're supposed to be up 3-1. This
Yeah,
thing was
shoulda,
supposed to be
woulda,
over.
coulda. If you coulda do it, you shoulda do it. And that's why I say they don't have that killer mentality. I ain't worrying with them. I ain't
There's
on
a
it.
gentleman. There's a gentleman 2 game sweep tomorrow.
What with that? No such thing.
When the
No
game
such.
is Friday. What day this game is?
I think it's Thursday. Eh?
Thursday?
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, the NBA maybe want to extend their shelf life because they know the next game is the last one. That I do know.
No, not gonna happen. But we'll wait and see. And by next week, no matter what, we should have a champion.
Thursday night. Thursday night.
Yeah. So by next week, no matter what, we'll have a new champion.
Yes, by Friday morning, Thursday,
Uh,
eh,
eh,
11:30, 11
I
o'clock.
I know if it can be Sunday or Monday night, the last game will be, but that'll be the last game then.
I've been to WNBA, folks. You ain't seen no more
You know,
NBA after
you know you ain't
Thursday.
watching no WNBA. Anyway, let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Yo, what's up, Bahamas? My name is Andrew Williams, aka Cat,
And I'm your boy Mix.
and we're representing Off the Bench, the number one sportcast in the Bahamas.
In the world, my boy.
My bad partner. So
Yeah.
we cover anything sports throughout the Bahamas. We cover our Bahamian athletes wherever they are, and they're making waves in sports. We cover them.
Hey, just tune in to us every Wednesday here on Superior Talk at 6 o'clock p.m. Sharp.
The number one talk show in the
In
world.
the world, Craig.
And we're back.
What's going on, man?
USA, sorry, the U.S. Army had the 258th birthday parade on Trump's birthday.
Trump's 79th birthday.
George, what foolishness going on here, man? What was
I
that?
was I was impressed with the coincidence of that happening too. Like, I mean,
Really, you didn't see none of that being planned at all.
hey, man said it's a coincidence. It just happened to be his birthday. I mean,
Just happened.
I don't know. The Trump lie.
What was the significance of this parade? What was it? What, tell me really? What in God's green, other than wasting money?
Mm.
He wasted the PLB. They just have things as to have things.
Well, no,
What?
no, 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 no. I will not sit here and let you do the PLP like that. 'Cause
Okay.
PLPs have some damn good parties.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah now.
That would have been jumping brave, would have been on the street dancing.
Oh yeah. If PLB
Yeah,
having the body, I won't go.
that
Right?
looked like a funeral. That was boring as hell what I saw on TV the other day. That was sad. We had the Royal Police van, fellas out
Oh yeah,
dancing.
they're shaking it up. Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So we,
Oh yeah.
if you're gonna throw a party, at least throw a good one.
I don't know what foolishness that was. I try to look at that. I say no, 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 no. Oh no.
That it looks so communist though. Like you said, the only thing is them other countries do it much better because they got them fellas with them high kicks and
Mhm.
uniform. And it look impressive. This didn't look like America at its finest, unfortunately.
It'll look bad,
flat-
George. It'll look
Yeah.
bad. I don't know what they're talking about. I think Trump wants this king dictatorship. He got this king dictatorship vibe going on.
Yeah.
That he wants people to think that he is the king of the United States. It's a dictatorship he got going on, and that's why everybody arcing the way they arcing with him, because he got everybody on such they on such thin rope. They don't know how long they can hold on. So anything he says, they do, and they know, and they can look back and 5 years from now, the American people can look back and say, "What the hell we was thinking and doing?" Look at that. And George, this barely 6 months. This
Yeah.
man do all of this in barely 6 months.
Yep.
3.5 more years of this.
I mean, the only takeaway takeaway I have from this is no other government could come in and tell me in the Bahamas and stuff. Oh, there's only our first year, or there's only year 3. Because I see somebody, I tell you doing a good job, but boy, he make a
Boy,
difference
he working.
in the first month. I never thought bureaucracy things could move so quickly as Trump got things moving to shake up, to change, and so if you could do this for bad, you could do this for good,
Oh yeah.
right? And so don't come tell me, oh, we need 5 more years or 4. No, 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 no. They do turn the U.S., the world upside down.
Oh
Like
yeah.
you said, that's 6 months. So that's impressive.
And he ain't here. But
But yeah, I don't know. You ever watch the press secretary? She is something else. Yeah, you ever saw?
George, I stopped watching foolishness, man. You can't. I don't. After a while, George, I lie for you, George. But after a while, I can catch myself saying, "Hold on, what? Not George. You can't but make me. I got to make up a better lie than this. You can't want me to go in front of people and tell them this. No, 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 no.
And a woman looking big grown man and they face a woman and tell them, "Oh, what a stupid question." Of course, the president wouldn't lie to know. What a stupid question. Like, I'm like, oh Lord. Now yeah, Trump is the president, he got his hand on a nuclear bomb, and so people might take some foolishness from him. He could really cause some problems from you, but why this woman think she could talk to people?
Or all kind of way. Any
And
and
you
all
go
kind
and
of
walk the street. Yeah, when Trump fire you, it probably ain't that long, right? The minute you say something off or whatever, right? But your life could get hard. Like you gotta be careful stepping on
oh
people's
yeah.
toes, you know. Like
They
my
can
thing
remember
is
that.
you have a hard job. I mean, manners when becoming just rude to people, to other professionals, right? People that are just doing their job,
Yeah.
asking you questions. First thing they tell you in school is no question stupid. How you can tell someone
Big
these
grown
people
man.
at the top of their career sitting in a thing, I mean, you got what a stupid question. I mean, it just brings the level of the office down so low. But when you see I mean, they just take on the demeanor, the attitudes of him, because he always calling people stupid. He
Yeah.
always cursing out the media, so she feel it's acceptable behavior. That's what people
Yeah.
like. And she doing that like every day, like yes,
It's sad.
they eye at you and the others, everybody's a lie. I mean, that come with the job, but I mean, you got to be rude with it too.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I give up with them, son. But
Yep.
let's move on to our question of the day, George. Today's question, George, is this: the bottom bridge is going to be under construction for 80 million so odd dollars in Eleuthera. At this day and time, is it worth it? And I say this because as I looked at the budget presentation for this, it only say 24 million to fix the bridge. So I trying to figure out it's 83 million dollars. They got 17 for materials and things. And I say, hold on, that ain't come under the 24 million for the bridge. And they got all kind of things they adding on to it that just don't make no sense other than the 24 million to fix the bridge. That's all I care about. Fix the bridge. Make sure it's safe enough. They say they want to raise it a little higher because that water's getting a little rough for the people to pass. That's all we need done. They say they want to add one viewing thing where people could go in and the vendors could sell their straw and their souvenirs and whatever the glass bottom bridge and that's okay, but to the 24 million, if I add another million, they can do that. It can't come to the total of 80 so odd $1 million. Not this day and time. Like I say, see, this how I mean the PLPs always fall out. They always just have a good idea. And always have a good idea. Always got the people in mind. But they always gotta add something on it. They always gotta put some relish on it. I just put mayonnaise and ketchup on my hot dog. No. I gotta put some mustard. I need to put some relish. I need to put some tamales. They just gotta go for more and more and more and spend up our money when we ain't got no money. And the other part, they saying now next year budget can be balanced. They straight. Money ain't a problem. How in God's green earth all of this could happen? You balancing budget and I don't know who the hell balance country budget. I ain't balancing my house budget because once credit card there I can be over budget. You ain't gotta worry about that. But I don't believe spending $83 million on a bridge right now makes sense. What say ye?
Hmm. Um. So all the things that you list, they seem like very worthwhile causes. Say public safety. tourism. I see, lift it up. The bridge, that's what the name, right? I remember going there when I was in Eleuthero. One time I visited Eleuthero. It's a very historic, significant fixture. I mean, it's like one of our national treasures if you
Yes.
look at it. Now, I don't know how much to fix a bridge. Like you said, if the idea, I don't think no one is opposed to fixing the bridge. And like I say, sometimes you might want to patch it up if you can't afford to fix all. Like you do a little piece now, you do a little piece later. So if it ain't in the budget, if we ain't got the money, maybe there's something they got the Chinese, they got to donate the national stadium. I don't know. Maybe it's something you get one of them donors or Arabs or someone to come in and give you some money and fix it up. I don't know where they get the money to fix it from. But
IMF.
if yeah, or the IMF, okay, so maybe that's a capital. If it was Grand Bahama and they say, okay, fix something, the Caleb Bowden Bridge, that's you don't fix that up. It costs 80 something million, you got 80 something million there. Fine, because we spend less 80 something million for lesser causes in the Bahamas. If we have it, we spend it. So I understand. Someone told me recently that Eleuthero is taking off a lot too, that's the place to be, like a lot of big things happening at Eleuthero. So it might be the sign of things to come an investment into the island. And like I say, it's a Bahamian island. You just want with certain governments and people in particular, you want to follow the money. Look, see who these contracts getting awarded for. Make sure you're getting value. Like I said, the main thing is, do we have independent value? How did you arrive at this figure? Because I have more issues with justifying what it costs than the fact that it needs to be fixed. If it needs to be fixed, and the experts, conservative, all these people say this bridge about to collapse, because we see things collapse all around and different things people ignore and tragedy happens. We don't want those things to happen. But so if it is a viable, if the figures can be justified, I want three, four, 10 quotes probably. How much quotes we get? Don't come with
George,
one quote.
the last time these people do this, they go on ahead and put $100,000 into the post office in Hunters.
Yeah.
They fix up the thing on $100,000 and they never open the place again. So I don't know what foolishness. Like I say, the bridge needs to be fixed. They
Right.
have in the budget that $24 million is to fix the bridge. If you want to add one extra 10 million, let's get to 34 million.
Yeah.
Fine. But we can't end up to 84 million and think
That's
this
a lot.
okay. No, 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 no.
That's a lot. That's a
That's
lot.
a lot of money left over at this day and time when you got any Lutra, they got all kind of water problems and power problems. Water
Yeah.
always off, power always off. I was just in Nassau the other day, and I was one of the guys I knew from down here. He moved to Lutra, and he was telling me the story that water and power always off. I could deal almost with no power, but that water situation, nah, that's
Yeah.
no sir. So instead of trying to pump all this money into that bridge, go set up one good solar system farm, what you got over there. Set up one good way to fix the water problem. Elutra now is picking up big time. The tourists are there. Governor's Harbor, the people love it. Harbor Island, the people love it. The people come in there, but
Yeah.
they ain't come there no more if the power stay off. And no man, come on man, that money could be fixed, could be put elsewhere. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
I'll put 35 million into it. See what you could do with that 35 million, and the rest got to go into for the infrastructure for the island.
80 sound like you building a bridge that wasn't there, the Brooklyn Bridge or stuff. Like there's gotta be a hell of a hell of a
I,
bridge.
I don't know. I go with their numbers, George. I don't know. I go with their numbers. And I even give them a little bit more, but I can't give you 80 million more. No, I can't do that, George. No, 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 no.
That's why I said that's if there's over 10 years or so, but that's a lot to just like you say, write a check and pay out 80. What we getting for this? We need to see this. Like you could almost build a city for 80 million.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I surprised they say state of the art. Everything they do is state of the art. It's the new state of the art bridge. Well,
Yeah, boy.
but anyway, George, That's our show for the day. I ain't got no bungie today. I go on to say the bungie today is Kanye. Kanye gone. Show up the
Is it?
Diddy courthouse. I see. I don't like make fun of crazy people. And
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah. We know that's Kanye.
yeah,
That's Kanye.
he come
So
there, walk inside the thing on. I don't know if he thought they would have just let him go inside the court. I guess they had no space in the court, so he had to stay in one of the overflow rooms. All the reporters them was starting to take pictures, and it started to get out of order. So he get up and he going. But what? Why you think you could just walk inside the thing? You gonna go help Diddy? You gonna go this? You gonna go that? Just to get attention, they say he was there for like 7 minutes. I think he come there to look at no Diddy or help no Diddy. I think he come there. Y'all
yeah.
ain't here but me for a little while. Now it's time for y'all to hear but me. And he walk in, look around, then come back.
That's
I
what he did at the Oscars with his wife, the half naked suit thing.
yeah,
Wasn't invited down on the red carpet, so
yeah,
Kanye
yeah,
trying to stay relevant. So
yeah.
yeah,
Go make music. That's what you good
yeah,
at.
that's what we know him for. Yeah,
Go make your
and,
music.
and the thing is, I think there's a void right now because there ain't like a bunch of people putting out no good music
Eh,
right
eh.
now. So you half a genius right now. You should be able to to do something.
That's right. But anyway, that's our show for today. I want to thank everybody for watching and supporting us. Remember to subscribe and like. We need these, please, people. Subscribe to the channel. I'd also like you all to go ahead and watch on Mondays. We have at 6 p.m. Thought Sharpeners. Tuesday, we have at 6 p.m. Let's Talk. At 8, we have What's Going On. On Wednesday, we have our sports podcast, Off the Bench. Thursday, we have Islandish. So we have a full week of entertainment at 6 p.m. Watch the shows. Once again, subscribe and like. George, thank you for being here this week, and I want to thank everybody. Join us next week when we tell y'all what's going on.